Hey you guys, it's CrisisGX here. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe like always. Now on to the news. Earlier today, Warner Brothers announced that the Batman Return to the Arkham game, which if you don't know what that is, it was a game that was announced about a couple months ago. Maybe not a couple, but not that long ago I feel. And what it was is a remaster of the original first two games of the Rocksteady Batman games. You know, Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. Now, they weren't just getting like a, port onto the PS4 and the Xbox One. No, this was going to be like a definitive edition, similar to what the Tomb Raider game was when it came to the PS4 and Xbox One, where they did whole new character model, textures, everything. They retouched the whole game to make sure it was truly a game meant for the current gen. And I was actually excited about it. I mean, I own the whole trilogy on the PC, which is essentially the best place to get graphically the trilogy. Well, except for the Arkham Knight, to be honest, that one was a train wreck. But the game has been delayed. As far as we know right now, there is no date. It has just been delayed because the release date was originally about July 26th, I believe, and it wasn't meeting the standards that they would hope it would be. So they're just giving the developers Virtuous more time to polish the game, which sucks, but to be honest, I am okay with that because I've already played both games religiously and I know what to expect as far as game content wise. The only reason I was even curious about getting this game was because it was made with the new Unreal Engine, whereas even the Arkham Knight game, the one that just came out last year, or beginning of this year, or when it came out, that one was on the last Unreal Engine. I think that was 4. I think the Return to Arkham is the first in the series to be on Unreal Engine 5, and to me that's big news because that's a whole new thing, and I really am looking forward to seeing how it looks graphically to compare it as opposed to the PC port, because I thought it looked great on PC, both games, and physics and everything, so I can't wait to see how it is in a new engine. It's even, I wonder if it'll look even better than Arkham Knight, to be honest, which is really why I'm hoping to get it. So I'm okay with waiting. I know what to expect as far as gameplay goes, but I don't know what to expect as far as graphics, and I'm one of those guys where if I love the game so much, and I do love these two games, I will get it, but it has to be, a real update. Like, it can't just be up HD, remaster. No, it has to be a whole new thing. And from what I've seen, it looks like a good improvement. I would love it if they could do the same treatment to the Arkham Knight, but I can understand that might not happen. I mean, the game's already on PS4 and Xbox One, but it would be sweet if that, got booted up to Unreal Engine 5. I don't know, but I'm okay with waiting. The way I see it is, as long as it's not a PC port, or how the Arkham Knight PC port was treated, I'm fine, because they were given that. I hope this wasn't the company that did the Arkham Knight PC port, because they were absolute garbage. Rocksteady wasn't actually involved in the PC port of the Arkham Knight game, which is probably, in my opinion, why it did as awful as it did. Whereas the consoles were, what they were supposed to be. It was a running, functioning game. PC, it took players months before they could actually play the game without it really glitching. So, yeah. I mean, it sucks, but I'd rather wait for a finished, proper game than a game that I got right away, that if it had just been given more time, it might turn out to be something. So the way I see it is, get it right the first time and don't leave so much for yourself to clean up. There'll be updates for this game, I'm sure. There always are, but I hope it looks as good and it's worth the wait. So what do you guys think? Do you think it was a good idea that they delayed the game, or do you think they should have at least given us an estimate of when the game was going to come out? Tell us what we know, think down in the comments below. Do you actually, good question, do you guys think the VR title will come out before the Return to Arkham game will? In my opinion, I think it will, because the VR title is being worked on by Rocksteady, and they get their shit together. And I don't know about Virtuous, but I don't really know anything about them, but I don't really want to compare them to Rocksteady, because to me Rocksteady is, well, they're badasses, they're rock stars. So yeah. So yeah, tell me down in the comments what you think, and if as always, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and like this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.